trying to figure it out. Okay, we'll get our acceleration, then we'll sum things up. Yeah, solid. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Jeep Wrangler High Altitude, aka the ultimate mall crawler of a Wrangler. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Wrangler. This one is available for sale for the time being. I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you guys can browse what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Nick or Eric. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 285 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go to the front end of this High Altitude, I do want to mention that if you want to see more reviews just like this, then I recommend that you subscribe because I post daily content on a number of different vehicles. So get to it. Anyways, let's go over the front end. So you guys can see here, we've got this right here on the hood so that you can actually lower the windshield down onto the hood without damaging this beautiful white paint. And then you guys saw earlier with me unlatching the hood, you have the cool Wrangler latches. And then we've got our turn signal / daytime running light area, and then you've got another like circular daytime running light around the headlights, full LEDs. And we have Jeep's signature front grille here, and this one actually has a trail cam, funny enough. And we have tow hooks here on the front bumper, notice all painted. Fog lights there, and then notice it's like actually painted gloss black in that area. So yeah, it's kind of interesting looking. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 275, 55, 20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And you guys can see the wheels have been all blacked out, and it's so weird to see such big wheels on a Wrangler. And well, just like every other Wrangler, you guys can see here with the shocks, and we still have a solid front axle. They haven't done anything from that perspective. Body painted fender flares. Notice Jeep badge is blacked out. Still trail rated. And then you guys can see there's actually a little light here on the mirror. Let me pull up the key fob so you guys can see. Bloop. Yeah, so kind of cool there. Door handles are body painted. You got the side steps there, and notice the roof also body painted as well. And so, yeah, it's weird to see it all in one color. So here's our key fob. We have the Jeep logo there on the back. We have our unlock lock function, then remote start as well. And then popping into the cargo area, well, that's super light. I think a street tire on makes it really light. Anyways, you guys can see here, still have the roll cage all body painted, which is nice. And storage space back here is great. Now this one does have the Alpine sound system, and you got the normal little top holders here. And then when you're done, just throw the window down. And yeah, this is so light. I'm used to like at least a 33 or 35 being on the back here. Having this dinky little street tire makes it so much easier. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear, you guys can see here with the tail lights, full LEDs on this, pretty cool looking. And we do have parking sensors down below. We've got our blacked out recovery hook just below the license plate. And yeah, this is, I don't know. I know I'm saying this is strange a lot, but it kind of looks like this Wrangler's trying to be a G-Wagon. That's what it looks like. Now this is where things get interesting. So you guys can see here the padding, the stitching. This is the same color that you have in the Rubicon 392, but we actually have nicer seats than we have in the Rubicon 392. So the headrest looks normal, but look at this. You got this cool stitching design here on the side. Why can't the Rubicon 392 have these seats? Come on Jeep. Anyways, oh, it's normal Wrangler, so you guys can see. Yeah, the space, and then you got a little storage pocket there. We got some vents, window controls here, USB, full power outlet, and this is a little cup holder armrest here for the back. Well, apparently it doesn't want to pull out, but you guys get the point. Well, let's head to the front. Now going over the front door panel, you have again that same bronze stitching, blind spot marking for the mirrors. We've got our mirror adjustments right here, door lock and unlock, and then here are the front seats. Again, like this is soft. Why can't the Rubicon 392 have this? Look at the stitching design there. Still manually adjustable. And then here's the pedal layout. And then you guys can see here with the light controls. And steering wheel's manually adjustable. Let's pop in. So here is our steering wheel. You guys can see the nice leather trim, and again, you got that bronze stitching. Radio controls here on the back, controls the center stack, voice command, phone controls. We do have our adaptive cruise control as well. Turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock, all the normal works. There you go. So here's our gauge cluster. You guys can see there with the RPMs on one side and the speed on the other side. And then we do have the center screen, which will show you different bits of info here. Of course, we got the off-road statuses, which are very important in our mall crawler Wrangler, but there's the center. Here's our infotainment screen. So first off, if we pop it into reverse, you guys can see we've got a backup camera, which direct lines that turn with the steering wheel. And we also have the front trail camera as well. This is very important so that you don't, run over too much stuff while you're mall crawling with this. But anyways, as for the rest of the screen, you guys can see we've got a little shortcut bar here at the bottom. We have heated seats, heated steering wheel, and we've got our dual zone climate controls as well. Response time's great. Still have the off-road pages. This one's got navigation as well, and there you go. So the bronze stitching is here on the dash, and then it's also like down below as well. And you have like the little piece there. Anyways, we've got analog controls for the radio, climate controls as well. So dual zone climate system, heated seats for the front, heated steering wheel like I said before, but analog buttons, which is nice. Still have your off-road cruise control, stability control, and then your auto stop start. And then you guys can see with the window controls here in the center, and then 12 volt, and then media tab. And then here's our shifter for the 8-speed automatic transmission. And then we've got 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, neutral, and then 4-wheel low. Then you guys can see here with the shifter there, got the bronze stitching it again, a couple cup holders. And then here's the center console. Pretty normal glove box. Well, Jeep glove box at least. And then this one actually doesn't have the top insulation. That's surprising. But you can take off the top pretty easily, just like any other Wrangler with all these little latches. And then the back, you do need to use tools, and there you go. So it's kind of hard to see because of the glare, but base price $44,320. 25N package, $9,095, quite expensive. Some other packages like the cold weather group, advanced safety group, yada, 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 yada. Total MSRP, $60,040. 3-year, 36,000 mile basic warranty, 5-year, 60,000 mile on the powertrain. Let's see how hard this thing mall crawls. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off in the mall crawler of a Wrangler. Let's see how this drives. This is such a weird package. I'm gonna try to figure out why exactly this exists. Still drives like a Wrangler, that's for sure. This is built off of the Sahara package, which I feel like the Sahara originally was supposed to be like more of like a mall crawler, but still had like somewhat aggressive off-road tires, and it wasn't body painted everything. And again, just looking like a Wrangler, like G-Wagon version of a Wrangler. But it's actually relatively smooth when you're just driving. I don't know if they tuned something here with the steering, because you still have solid axles, but it seems like they're still playing the steering, but it seems like there's less play, if that makes sense. So they've done something to kind of just make it respond better. I don't know. Yeah, handling's actually pretty decent on this. Yeah, solid with that, and braking's normal. I mean, it drives like it drives like a slightly more refined Wrangler, but it still drives like a Wrangler. Like if you drove like this back to back with like a base model Grand Cherokee, like you'd be like, oh, the Grand Cherokee's a luxury vehicle, the Wrangler's not. So don't be fooled by the stitching in the seats, folks. Don't be fooled. This V6 is still solid. Gets up and moves. Yeah, I think they've done a solid job with this. I'm still confused with this package. I'm trying to figure this out as I drive it. Trying to figure it out. Okay, we'll get our acceleration, then we'll sum things up. Yeah, solid. Solid. So, I guess you either like this or you don't. Most people don't take their Wranglers off-road, sadly. There's a big group of people that do, but a lot of people don't. So I guess if you're not going to take your Wrangler off-road and you like how this looks, then it makes sense. But if you're going to take this off-road, like this doesn't make sense for off-roading whatsoever. Again, it's a Wrangler. It has solid axles, so like, yes, this is very capable still, like amazing articulation, solid ground clearance, but do you really want to be scratching these body painted fender flares and that body painted front bumper and all that kind of stuff? I don't think so. So let me know what you guys think about the High Altitude. I think this is the wannabe G-Wagon ultimate mall crawler of a Wrangler. That's gonna sum things up with our video on this Jeep Wrangler High Altitude. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Jeep Cross here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Wrangler. Ask for Nick or Eric if you have any questions. Link to them in the description down below. I'll see you.